Hi, Grandma Debbie here. Okay, so today we're going to make oven fried chicken. The nice part about making oven fried chicken is that it you don't get all that grease all over the place. You know, because when you're frying something, you got grease going everywhere. Well, you don't have that problem when you do oven fried chicken. So we're going to get started. First thing I need to do is I'm going to preheat my oven to 425, so I'll be right back. Okay, now we need to get a measuring cup that I forgot to get. Okay, whew. You think I'd have my act together, right? I guess not. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to melt some butter and some Crisco. You want to make for sure, and I'm going to show it to you, you don't want to use oil, you want to use Crisco. So we're going to get started on that, and I'm going to turn you down so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I have a casserole dish, and I'm going to measure out a 1/4 cup of butter, which is half a stick. And then I'm going to do the same thing with Crisco. Guess I could have opened it first too. Wow, this is really stuck in there. When all else fails, you get a knife and you poke a hole and you cut it. Maybe that'll release it. Wow. Oh, finally got it to come up. Whew. Okay, so I'm going to actually measure out a 1/4 cup because I want to make for sure I have equal amounts. And usually I get the Crisco that comes in the little bars, and all I gotta do is cut it then, but this time I did not. I have just the Crisco, regular Crisco. Okay, so I've got a 1/4 cup here, and I'm going to get this in the oven, because what you want to do is you want to put it in the oven until they both melt. So let me get these in the oven, and I'll be right back. And I'm going to check it in probably about 4 minutes to see how it's doing. But in the meantime, let's get started on the mix. So I'm going to use a 1/2 cup of flour. Man, that was almost a disaster. Did you see that? Almost had flour everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to use a teaspoon of paprika. And a teaspoon of salt. And I'm using the pink salt. And then I'm going to add some pepper. Okay, and then I'm going to mix this up. Well, I might have to sneeze because I think I put a little too much pepper in there and it went up my nose. Now you can use whatever kind of chicken you want to use. I'm using chicken breast. So once I'll coat it once the oil is melted. So I will bring you back when it's melted and I'm ready to do that. Okay, so the oil or the Crisco and the butter have melted. So now I'm going to add my chicken. You can do whatever kind of chicken you want. I'm just doing chicken breasts, but you can do a whole chicken if you want. You can do chicken thighs. And I'm going to make a mess. Did you guys see that? So like I said, you can use whatever kind of chicken you want. This is what we had in the freezer, so this is what I'm using. And then I'm just trying to get it all over. Okay, and then I'm going to put it in here. And did you see that again? I got flour all over myself. I guess you're not really cooking if you're not getting covered in something. Wow, I can't seem to get it all covered. Oh well, I figured it out. Okay, so then I'm going to cook these for a half hour, and then I'm going to turn them. And then I'll cook them until they're done, probably another half hour or so. The paprika gives it a nice shade of pink. Okay, one more piece. Now it calls for, the recipe calls for 2.5 pounds, and I don't know how much, how big the breasts were as far as pounds go. I didn't measure or didn't weigh, and they were in a package because we buy them by bulk, and then we put them in smaller packages for us because, as I've said before, it's just the two of us, so we don't need a whole lot of, we're not going to eat a ton of meat at one time, but it's cheaper to buy the meat in bulk than to get it in smaller quantities. So that's what we do. Okay, so it's looking pretty good. I'm going to get this piece in here as well. Okay, and then I'm going to get this, let me move them forward a little bit so they're more centered. Okay, then I'm going to get this into the oven, and at the halfway point I will flip them, and then when they're finished I will bring you back and show you what the finished product looks like. Alright, so I'll see you in about an hour. Okay, so I got the chicken out of the oven. I made some mashed potatoes and I made some corn. The mashed potatoes, they're kind of rugged style, so they're not like super creamy. At the 30-minute point, I did turn the chicken over and flipped it, and like it said to do, so it would get crispy on the other side. And so we're going to sit down and enjoy this meal, and it should be good. Okay, so I did want to tell you that I got the recipe out of this cookbook. This is a cookbook that I received shortly after I got married, so it's a million years old. And I've cooked many things out of this cookbook, and I really love it. So, but I will be posting the recipe with down in the descriptions with this. I want you to, I hope that you have a great day, and I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm just kind of just blabbering. But I hope that you have an amazing day and everything's going good. Thank you for coming along on this journey with me. And hit that like, hit the subscribe, and hit the share button. And I will see you again soon. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.